Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody who stayed with us as we progress through the evening on our 2-year anniversary. You're listening to Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J., the flagship show right here live on Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate everybody who has been checking in with us tonight. As I teased as we went through the last segment, we talked about the TV show Monique. I want to reset the crew that we got here up in the building. We got our brother Big Bro Joe. We got Jay Grizzy. We got Big Rube. We got Amber. And just walking in the door, representing All Throttle Radio, you hear this brother leading that show every single Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 9. You got our brother Dirk Diggler's up in the room.
What's up? One and only Dirk Diggler, All Throttle Radio.
What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
It's good to see you, man.
Congratulations on y'all 2-year anniversary.
Man, it's ours. This is for all us, man. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah.
We hadn't had you here joining us on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J in a little bit of time. And so It's good to see you fellowshipping. We got a nice little eclectic mix of Legacy Internet Radio folks up in here in the joint, so it's good to see you, man.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna put you on the spot on the next thing.
I waited to come in because I wanted y'all to get all that regular shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I only come through the wild out. I'm serious from 6 o'clock in the morning till like 5:30, man.
Well, I don't know if you was listening in the car, because when I went to the break, I teased what we're gonna talk about. So I know you well enough to know that you're going to have an opinion. Whether you watch this show or not, you're going to have an opinion of the newest, hottest show on television, starring our brother Terrence Howard, starring our sister Taraji P. Henson. We call this show Empire. Now, let me set it up, and I'm going to get everybody's opinion. We're gonna build on this. Empire is the new show. It's on Fox. 7 weeks, I believe, they've been on the air. Every single week, the ratings are a little bit higher than they were the week before. They saying that this has not happened in like 50 years of television. They had just under 15 million viewers for last week's show. We know the show is about a hip-hop mogul. He's dying of ALS. He's got 3 sons. He got an ex-wife. He got a girlfriend. He got a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of people who love the show. If you watch it on Wednesday nights, you know what social media is doing. But then you got a lot of people who have issues with regards to the show and the imagery and all of that kind of stuff. You got the oldest son who's Ivy League educated with the white wife. You got the middle son who's gay, and you got the youngest son who's supposedly supposed to be thugged out. And so we got it all set up, Dirk. We gonna get everybody's opinion. Since you just walk in, and I want you first, bro. What you got?
I think it's a good show. I'll be on record to say that I think it's a good show. It's good TV. I'm not going to say that it's supremely accurate, and of course we're going to use some stereotypes, whatever. But no, all shows are going to use a stereotype, so to speak. I mean, that's the nature of Hollywood business. But in all, it's a good show. Great drama. Great acting. I love to see the new actors in there, and I love to see the variety of how the black family is built, because we all have family members that might be gay. We all have those family members who, quote unquote, might have sold out, and we all might have those.
There's some time.
Yeah, and we all had those family members who you know how they grew up. You know they ain't that fucking hard. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I really think it's a great show.
That's the second F-bomb we got tonight. We know Dirk gonna bring the F-bomb, but please make that the last one.
But for real, I wish Stevie was here. I really wish Stevie was here, because we went in. I had to go in on him a little bit. I ain't go ham online maybe about a week or two ago about this show. he was just dogging it. And I'm like, bruh, hey, look, man, these are black people working outside of the FBI agent and the white wife. I mean, you got an all black cast, bruh. And I mean, you got Courtney Love. Okay, you got Courtney Love. But look who Courtney Love is. You know what I'm saying? You bringing in all these artists and you bringing in a lot of talent, like known talent.
Courtney Love was the customer in that joint.
Well, I'm gonna get a detractor to you, and I want the crew to respond to this. Our brother Hakeem says that the show sucks, the writing sucks, the actor sucks. The younger brother looks more gay than the middle one looks. So, you know,
nothing to do with nothing, Hakeem.
Yeah, Grizzy said ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Grizzy.
No, I mean, I respectfully disagree. I mean, would you rather have it on BET? I mean, honestly, BET would have definitely not done it justice. The show, I get everybody's opinions about how the show is playing on stereotypes and everything, but honestly, it is about as real as it can be when on a big budget network television, prime time from like 9 to 10 o'clock. That's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get the same thing on BET, or you're not gonna get the same thing on Centric or whatever. And plus, you know what I told somebody the other day. I said it's Black People Dynasty, and I grew up, you know, watching '80s Falcon Crest, Dallas, and Dynasty. It's no different than Knots Landing. It's no different than none of that. It's just except for it's black folk in it. So ain't nobody complaining that JR was, you know, got shot, Bobby dead, came back to life. Right. Alexis and Crystal Carrington cat fighting over Blake Carrington, oil money. I mean, it's the same thing except for it's black folk. Right. You know, and for me, I'm dating myself a little bit. I remember those shows and I like those shows and I like this one.
Amber, what you think?
I think, I mean, some people hate ice cream, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. It's always going to be somebody that doesn't like something and somebody, you know, it's horrible this, it's horrible that. You know, I mean, there's other things that come on Wednesday nights or Thursday nights. You know what I mean? I like the show, but I like anything that I can get behind, like, from the beginning and, like, build a relationship with the characters. And, you know what I mean? You start to root for people and you hope that, you know what I mean? Because I personally, when Dre is in the bathroom with the gun in his head, I'm thinking to myself, I don't like Dre anyway.
Yeah, pull that joint. Pull that joint.
Get out the running, man.
You know, my thing with it, you know, I'm going to get Hakeem's comment and then I'm going to comment, then I'm going to give it back to the room. You know, Hakeem said it's Fox because they were trying to capture the 19 to 20-year-old inner city demographic, and I dig that. I'll be honest with you, I'm usually the first person with my fist in the air with this one, but with stuff. But I'm gonna agree with Jay Grizzy on this one. You know, I think oftentimes we want to find militancy in areas where you just don't need it. At the end of the day, it's a TV show. You got a lot of people who say, you know, they're trying to control your minds or they're trying to put bad images out there, and you look around the TV landscape and you don't see, you know, any of, you know, the Cosby Show type shows or the Parenthood type shows and that kind of stuff. And I get all that. I really do. You know, but at the end of the day, for me personally, I enjoy the show. I like Terrence Howard. He's one of my favorite actors out there. I get a kick out of the fact that every time he talks, he looks like he's about to cry. That just kind of makes me laugh. Taraji is hot as fire to me. She's typical hall pass material. And, you know, Cookie Line is, you know, when she said on the air, you know, the streets ain't for everybody. That's why they got sidewalks. That to me was just one of the greatest lines that I heard on television. I enjoy the show. You know, it's corny as hell. Yeah. Let's make no mistake, it's corny, it's overacted, you know, and some of this, you know, to use a wrestling term, they miss spots a lot. You know, but Big Bro Joe, I just enjoy the show, man. You know, I'm not gonna apologize for it.
There's no need for us to apologize. It's a guilty pleasure show that, you know what, sometimes we like to see it. Now, in our everyday lives, do we like to believe it? No, we don't, but we know it happens. My thing was the have and the have-nots. I think that's got to be the corner. I'm sorry, that is the stupidest show I've ever seen in my life. I hate it. And you want to talk about somebody missing Q? It looks like a really 1972 grainy old show that I would see Archie Bunker coming in there sitting on the chair. I don't like that show. Empire is is something that I like because it's some of the stuff that I kind of grew up looking at and doing.
Ruben, what you think, man?
I mean, nobody's really talked about how well written the show is. You can see,
That's because it's
no,
not
it's
well
not
written.
Well, the reason why I disagree with that is because everything they do is for a reason. She may have some corny lines in there, and she may have some one-liners, but you remember those one-liners, and there's a reason why she said it. But no, there's some.
Can I give you one of them that I love to hear Cookie say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all trying to get me killed.
Yeah, trying to get me killed.
But the thing about it is, yeah, you may call it corny, you may call it whatever, but every word, everybody hinges on that, one, and then two, it's like everything's, for the most part, it's kind of thought-provoking a little bit.
Hakeem says that it doesn't have to be militant, but why can't we have quality writing, quality acting, and a diverse storyline? There's only one script for black entertainment, and that's a hot mess. My response to that is, it's a show that's on television, and while I understand that there is a dearth of shows on television that can give you the kind of positive reinforcement that you used to get with the Cosby Show, this is a show that happens to have black people on it, and obviously it's not just black people watching it, and people enjoy the show. I personally don't see anything wrong with it.
And another thing,
Ruben,
I don't sorry Hakeem, but I don't particularly like it when people want to go back in the past and, we don't have any Cosby shows, we don't have any this, yo, that was a different time. That stuff worked.
Do we want a Cosby Show now?
well,
No, it would be so horrible.
He makes a good point. I want Dirk to comment on this one. Dirk, he says that this dude he's a former drug dealer with a direct line to the president on a first name basis. We all remember that scene. That scene when he called him up on the telephone.
So,
okay.
I mean, if you want to be real about it, how many of those Anheuser-Busch bootleggers and I have a direct line to not just Barack, but all the other presidents. You want to talk about Dick Cheney? Dick Cheney, mass murderer, assassin, Halliburton. Get real. Come on, bro. I mean, just because he plays like he has, this is a story now. That he has a direct line to Barack Obama. Let's get to the real. Dick Cheney, Halliburton, Blackwater. That's real. He didn't have a direct line. Of course, he had a direct line to the president, but he was the vice president. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, don't slam something that's fake.
In realism, this show is really comparable to our everyday life today.
Exactly.
I mean, that doesn't shock me that when he said I got a direct line to the president. Right now, the president's Barack Obama. Jay-Z got a direct line to the president. LeBron James got LeBron James got a direct line to the freaking president, the Queen of England. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So
the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Go
it's
figure.
one of those things where like I understand where Hakeem's coming from, but there's just sometimes where you're looking a little too hard, a little too much.
You know
and
what?
Then, real talk, the songs ain't that real bad up there.
Hakeem got to let it go.
Huh?
Hakeem got to let it go.
Yeah.
For this one, he got to let it go.
Now, if he said the game, yo, I'm with him on the game. That is the worst show ever. It was bad then. It's bad now. Horrible.
I want to take this opportunity to introduce our sister who has just joined the studio and joined the show. You hear her every single week co-hosting with me right here on the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. I got my big sister S.Y. Butler joining us. What's up, sis? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. The crew is doing fabulous.
Nice and lively up in here.
Yes, it is. We appreciate it, but I'm going to have to cut you because we're getting a caller. Caller, you're on the live line. You are on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to get in on?
Chilltown, Jersey, Mississippi, this Hakeem.
What's up, Hawk? This is Hakeem, everybody. And so that's why I was giving you some love.
He said, I got to call these fools.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey.
Oh,
you ain't calling while you working.
Nah,
out,
nah.
man.
SY is giving
Come
you
on,
some.
man.
SY is giving you some love, brother.
Right back at her, right back at everybody else up in there.
All right, Hakeem, what you want to get on, man? We know that you've been sending us the notes in social media, and you hear the folks talking about your comments. Go ahead and make it plain to us.
No, you cannot compare Dick Cheney, Blackwater, and all of other cats to somebody who was in the inner city, standing on the corner selling cane. Ain't nobody. We all know that there are more than one type of criminals, and ain't no dude from the hood who was standing on the block selling cane got no direct line to the president. You know, Jay-Z probably chilled out. There ain't buddy like that. He ain't called Jay-Z. Barack ain't calling Jay-Z, you know, to voice his opinion on something he saw on TV or anything like that. That's not realistic.
I don't know that I agree with that, man.
You said what about Dick Cheney and Blackwater?
You can't compare those wheels.
How you figure they murder people? Yeah, you're right. You can't compare them. The difference between someone who sold some drugs, somebody might have got high. They might have died or whatever. Blackwater kills people. They kill.
Well, Hakeem, you got our sister Melanie in the Shy. She's agreeing with you. She disagrees with all of us. She's saying that imagery matters. It's not just black people watching, but those same folks are the ones that believe those stereotypes. Stop comparing what white folks can do and get away with what black folks are not able to get away with, and she's not going to let it go.
Well, can I jump in on that?
Yeah, Ruben, go ahead and jump in. Hakeem, hold the line. We want you to stay with us for a minute.
I mean, I'm sorry, but when does personal responsibility come into play? Because last time I checked, everybody got to learn from somewhere. And if you don't know this is fake, this is a you problem. And I'm sick of I'm sick of us just blaming everything on the world, on everything else. And you know what? Sometimes it's just got to be a you problem. Turn it. It's just a personal problem. I'm sorry, but if these kids out here looking at this and being like, "Ooh, I want to be like that," then somebody ain't educating them right. And you know what? If I gotta call out parents, if I gotta call out parents, I call out parents, because it is your responsibility to make sure your kids are raised decently. I ain't said correctly. I said decently. And, they got to know what's right from wrong, what's real and what's fake. And I'm sorry, there's just sometimes where personal responsibilities got to come into play. And if you're going to sit there and be like, well, you shouldn't show this to all these kids, stuff like that. But if they believe it, that's a them problem.
Hakeem, will give you the last word before we let you go. To that, you say what, my brother?
No, okay. If you say nothing along those lines, diversity.
You was breaking up a little bit, man. You was breaking up a little bit. Move your left arm to the side, and then point your elbow sideways. No, seriously, you was breaking up. Go ahead, man.
Okay, I didn't say anything about personal responsibility. I'm talking about equality of plot and storylines. And in order to sell things to black people, especially entertainment-wise, you have to be either a hot mess or it has to be filled with religion. That's it. It has to be Jesus Christ all up in there, or a white, or another one black man doing another black man, or it had to be some other ghetto nonsense. That's it. There's no diversity in plot. And then you can't get mad at other white people. White people, they create shows that have a diversity in plot, and they are more successful. Where's that diversity amongst black people? You say we can't be just as diverse and as intelligent as they are and be successful. Nobody's asking for another Cosby Show, but we can do something that's different than what we normally do.
I got you, man. I appreciate it. Look, we're gonna go ahead and continue with the discussion, Hakeem. First of all, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for listening every single week. I want to thank you for calling. We got love for you, brother. 502, baby. We know what that means.
502, baby, all day, every day.
You got it, brother. Be cool. Keep listening, man. And if you hear something else that we talk about that make you want to get in, because that's why I'm going to do a segment here soon, feel free to continue, brother. We appreciate it.
I will do.
And you know how Steppin on Marcus J. Now, here's my response to that. I mean, I look at it like this. I mean, we have so many people in our community that have so much money that when we sit around and we say, you know, we don't have great images on television and we can't do what we want to do, and, you know, we don't have the same kind of, we can't take the same kind of liberties that white folk can take and all that kind of stuff, you know, I just kind of pause with that, because when I look at people like Michael Jordan, who just, you know, was announced as the first billionaire basketball player, or athlete, I should say. And we know who Bill Cosby was prior to his issues. And we know some, you know, Oprah and some of these other people, and some of the power that they have. There are plenty of platforms for these people to produce the kinds of shows that many of us are missing. And so when we attack the shows that we do have, like, you know, people wanted to complain about Blackish because they didn't like the name of it. I mean,
I never watched that show.
I mean, you know, but it's corny as hell. It's a nice corny, you know, family black show. You know, but I guess the point that I'm making is, you know, when you have a TV show on television, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You know, we talk about the imagery. You know, I don't know that there are plenty of white folks running around talking about Duck Dynasty is the great representation of white folk. I understand the theory of we play by a different set of rules than they do. But at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, and maybe I'm in the minority here. I don't really give a I don't.
Rat's ass. 'Cause you wanted to say rat's ass.
No, that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to say something else. I don't really care what white people think about me.
Right.
I really don't. I don't care what white people think about me, and I don't care what white people think about anything. To be honest with you, no more than I care what black people think. I care what I think, and I care what people who are logical, who are progressive, who want to actually do something that's going to forward progressive thought. I care what those people think. And so for me to sit around and to say white people in a whisper, or for me to sit around and change my behavior around white people because I feel like I represent all of black people, is just not how I get down. I don't get down like that. That's just not how I roll. Now, our sister Melanie, she's disagreeing with me. She says the media is powerful, and she's agreeing with Hakeem. Dirk Diggler, you want to jump back in here, brother? What you got, man?
Hey, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, it seems like, I'm not going to say a lot of black people, but some black people want to get the okay from some white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be pro-black, but you want to put this perception that, well, you know, black people, you know, are not represented. We need to come up with better shows, whatever, because it's this, that, and the third. Why is it okay that they put out all, white people can put out all type of trash? I mean, seriously, what was the Good Girls, Bad Girls Club? You got the Moonshiners. You got good shows too, like Modern Family. Why ain't you saying nothing about that? I mean, we have to get vindication from them. 13 and pregnant. You know what I'm saying? We put out what we want to put out, and you perceive us how you want to perceive us. The same way they put out what they want to put out. They don't give a fuck what black people think.
No more F words, man.
They don't put. I mean, for real, they don't care. We need to get on that level.
Anything on Lifetime?
Anything on Lifetime.
Well, then maybe we need to start supporting the black stations. Who watches OWN?
I watch OWN all the time. I watch OWN all the time.
I can't do Lifetime.
I used to watch Sweetie Pies. Welcome to Sweetie Pies.
But you on to something.
But what I'm saying is that's a black. I mean, Oprah does own a station, and nobody promotes those shows. Nobody talks about. You know what I mean?
But you know, Oprah goes through the same. They got the same crap up there, just like BET. You know, and Centric.
But you know what?
And all
when
that.
You a billionaire, you can do that.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's my thing. I think the reason why people are attacking Empire is because it's on Fox and it's doing well. If it was doing bad, nobody would touch it.
So you saying if it was on the CW, we wouldn't be worried about it, but because it's Fox.
Exactly.
And you know that Fox is,
and you know what, you might be on
and
to
it's
something.
blowing up.
You might be on to something.
That's
but
why.
you know,
I think that's
Fox is one of them things,
yeah.
right?
And I think it. And honestly,
I'll
I'll be honest with you. You might be on to something.
and I think
Ruben.
that's why black people are mad because. You know, if it's on CW, and if it's on OWN, and everybody gets Fox.
But you know what? You know why
Everybody
you
gets Fox.
might be on to something, Big Bro Joe and Big Rube, because a show that had a lot of similarities, and people were comparing Empire to the show preceded Empire, was a show called Power that is on Starz Network that's produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And those shows are very, very similar.
But nobody say anything about
But
that.
no,
because
but you
it's
got a
on
lot of
cable.
people that's
Nobody
not
watch it.
You got a lot of people that's not tripping off of Power.
Exactly.
But you got a lot of people that's tripping off of. You got a lot of people that's
Well, they're
tripping.
saying they got the basics from it. But I mean, but yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I think people are so mad. Black people are so mad about Empire.
We have just been joined by another legacy internet radio legend. Of course, celebrating our 2-year anniversary. We call her the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio. She co-hosts the Green Room version 2.0 with our brother Jay Grizzy. We got our sister, comedianess, Lissa P up in this joint. What's up?
On?
What's going on?
Feel like a black man's reunion in here. Ooh, y'all warm.
Yeah, we ain't got no chicken.
I just see liquid, but that's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I'm
liquid.
excited.
It's a lot of
Happy
liquid.
anniversary to Legacy Internet Radio, man.
Thank you for being
We're
here.
great.
You hear us talking
We're
about
awesome.
You hear us talking about Power and Empire.
Yeah, I hear y'all talking about everything on the TuneIn app. Whole time I was coming up here, I was like, "You're wrong, Joe. You're wrong. Everybody's wrong." I was right because I was by myself. So.
She said you was wrong, Big Bro Joe.
She said you were wrong first.
But she said you was wrong, and she said your name.
She did call you out, son.
Yeah, specifically.
Brown liquor hour. Once again.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Melanie is continuing. She doesn't think anybody is mad. People have their opinions. She just thinks that
Melanie's mad.
No, she's not mad. She just thinks that we all need to keep it in perspective. And we disagree. And that's
mad.
I think we're keeping it light.
I
It's
don't-
not
I don't-
that serious,
I don't-
folks.
I don't think that she's mad. I just think that she disagrees, and that's fine. It's okay, for us to to disagree. And I think oftentimes that's a problem because we don't always agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Jay Grizzy, I'm gonna give you the last word on this segment. We're gonna
I didn't
take a
wanna
break
take
and then
the
we're gonna
last
move
word.
on. You got the last word.
All right, look. Think about it, really. Like, I watch a lot of television. I got a lot of downtime lately, so I watch a lot of television. So I'm thinking about all the ratchet shows that are on television right now. On VH1, you got the Love and Hip Hop. Pretty much anything on VH1 that represents black folk. This is, I think Dirk and Mark spoke to it earlier, and I kind of touched on it a little bit. It's, first of all, it's entertainment. When you go looking in prime time for any type of socially cultural type of stuff, you need to turn to PBS and watch Frontline or American Masters or something like that in those hours.
Right.
If you're trying to get something, if you turn on any network television during prime time, expect ratchetness from any level. It just expect it from even the news. You're right. Yeah, you expect it on any level. So me knowing that, when I turn on my TV between 8 and 10 o'clock or 8 and 11 o'clock, I'm not expecting some upliftment. If I want that, I go to C-SPAN, watch the what is that? They had the black. Do they still do the black? BBC. Yeah, the BBC stuff like that. Marcus wrapped me up, but y'all know what I'm saying.
I can take it. Ain't no half stepping.
They can't
With
see
Marcus J. We're gonna take another break. Hakeem is saying that Power is good. The writing and actors is better, and I can dig it. I mean, Power's okay. Empire's okay. I think the point that we were making is the shows are very similar, and there was no outrage with Power versus what there is with Empire. And I think someone said here in the room, a lot of it has to do likely with the fact that Empire's on network television, and it's also on Fox. So we'll leave it there. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. I got Big Bro Joe. I got Jay Grizzy. Yeah. I got Dirk Diggler. I got comedian Lissa P. Big Rube, Amber, and the co-host of this show, that's why Butler. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. with yours truly. We're gonna take a break because it's my prerogative. We'll be back in a few minutes.